Well, it is time for match day 2 here in the SSL minor division. After the opening day, teams with a chance to perhaps regroup a bit and try their luck with a different opponent. Hello, everyone. I am Metafiction, and I am joined here today by Omniscious.
Welcome. I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the new season. We have two new teams in both the minor and the major league. So it'll be interesting to see how this shakes things up. There'll be a lot more, well, not a lot more matches, but there'll be more matches this year. And a lot of changes, a lot of new faces with the large draft class. And with the expansion draft, some players have left their old clubs and joined some of these new ones.
It's exciting times for sure. And as you say, those two new clubs here in the minor division, their representatives being Rapid Magyar and Krung Tep, they played each other on match day 1. Krung Tep coming out victorious 3-1 on that occasion. This time, some of the established SSL teams will get their first look at these new organizations. More to come on that, but we'll start out in South Africa, where FC Kapstad takes on North Shore United.
Yeah, this one's really exciting. I think this is a potential, um, you know, either of these teams could win the league. So it's a battle of the giants, you could say.
Both of these teams were title contenders last season and look to be up at that end of the table this season. Apologies in advance if the players are a bit hard to make out. We seem to have a bit of a kit clash here, but it's Capstead going left to right in the very deep green, North Shore in a deep, deep gray. So we're going to try and keep it straight as best we can here. And taking it inside. Through ball from Ashworth to Tortellini off the frame of the goal.
Very unlucky. That was a good chance already, only 5 minutes in.
Will be a corner for Capstad. Put in. Headed back clear, and Tortellini putting it out of play. Both teams going with 5 defenders, but those 5 defender formations looking very different. Capstad with a back 3, whereas North Shore opting for a flat back 5. You don't see that very often. And by 2%, intercepting that pass and sending it back to the keeper. Capstad on the hunt again. Here is Tortellini. And Rock of Gibraltar dealing with that professionally. But Capstad still with it. Going in to Henry Fantabent.
Beautiful goal. And that was some great play on the left flank there. Some passing, and as we see here. Good cut back to the front. And easy goal was shooting the direction the goalie was coming from. So the momentum was too much for Mobek to kind of switch and stop that.
A well-worked goal down the left for Capstad. It is Capstad 1, North Shore United 0. Ashworth now up the near flank. Dueling with Andrews, gets it in to Fantabens. Back to Ashworth, and it's another corner.
And yeah, kind of the same thing there, but on the right side they went down the flank and kind of pulled it back, cut it back, but unfortunately wasn't able to put it on net.
Capstad finding a lot of chances so far with those cutbacks, and it really is such a good strategy. As Dogra again cutting it back, this time though only finding Mididero, excuse me. Mididema's on a completely different squad.
Switching the play now to the left and running down the flank, crosses it, but crossed it outside the box, which It makes sense to me, but they got it back anyways. And are down the right now, playing it around the box. That was a good tackle. Almost gave up a foul there.
In fact,
Oh,
I think they did give up a
yeah, I think
foul
they
because
did.
of
Was it on the second tackle though? No, not the first one,
I
right?
I think it was on the first one. The player going down in the box and
Oh,
Ashworth taking home that penalty.
I know Blackwood the fifth is probably fuming right now seeing that go in. But great goal by Ashworth. And the goalie gets the right way, but Ashworth put it right in the corner, so it was always going to be hard.
Even at full stretch, I'm not sure Novak could have gotten to that one. And so Capstad double their lead. And Hunt with a long
Ooh,
shot, nearly making it three.
good effort there.
Suffice
Capstad
to say,
really dominating this game early on. I don't think we've seen any chances from North Shore.
Capstad have been very much on the front foot here. Suffice to say, I don't think this is how North Shore expected or certainly wanted this match to play out. But as we near halftime, it is all Capstad right now. North Shore not even managing a shot on target so far. I have a chance here, though. It's O'Sullivan taking the shot from range, and Hall able to tip that away.
Yeah, I mean, good save, and I guess at this point, North Shore need to just get a shot on, but a bit of audacious effort. Oh, Andrew there with a good shot, but it was blocked.
Another corner from Rashford, the third. That one headed back clear. And so at the Capstad leading North Shore United 2-0. A great strike from Henry Fantebins, and then that penalty kick from Lewis Ashworth, proving the difference so far today. Capstad absolutely dominant thus far.
I don't know if you see the heat map for North Shore, but their team is like their whole midfield's on the right side. I don't know if you guys caught that there, but yeah, I don't know why because their formation isn't asymmetric, but I guess maybe because we did see a lot of the attack on the left side. Maybe that's why the North Shore players are on the right side. But then Capstad's heat map wasn't showing them exclusively on the left side. So I don't know. Just sorry, interesting thing I noticed there.
No, it's very, very interesting. It could be either an attempt, a concerted effort to play into that right side channel, as that free kick from Andrews goes right into the hands of Hall. It could be an attempt to play a little right of center, or it could just be that Capstad's defensive midfielders have forced them off to the side rather than being able to play in the middle of the pitch like they'd want to.
Yeah, because you see right here, average position with ball for North Shore, and then you look at the average position without ball. When they get the ball, they're number 10 and they're number 5. The midfielder and attacking midfielder are going to the right hand side.
Certainly fascinating stuff in
Oh,
this match as Kupinas, the
good
substitute,
try.
wins the corner.
Gibraltar with a good block there.
And the corner comes in, and that's headed just over. Not much to speak of in this second half. We're only 15 minutes left. It has rapidly dwindled to 10, but Capstad still threatening. Highlight 2% has a
Oh,
go, and Novak forces another corner.
a lot of fans in this thing. Looks like a packed crowd.
They certainly know how to pack them in here in Capstad, and certainly good reason for it. An exciting team with a really good chance of taking home the minor league title this season.
Yeah, I definitely think they're one of the favorites. Obviously Montreal for reigning champs are another favorite. North Shore, probably. a lot of people's other favorites, but playing a little bit below expectations. They got beat 4-3 in their last match by Seoul, and they're down 2-0 right now here.
Would be a bit of a shock to see North Shore United make it 2 losses from 2, but that is very much where we're heading. As Ashworth into the box again for Capstad. 92%. Plays the 1-2 and wins another corner.
Some good 1-2 passes right there, but unfortunately it was a ball.
That corner headed away. And Warwick taking no chances, sending it halfway up the pitch. The Capstad working it through very quickly again, and Kupitas!
Oh, great counter. Looks like he just...
North Shore thought they had cleared the danger, but Rashford III able to ping that up quickly. Some very sharp passing. And Kupinas just tucking it beyond Mobek.
Yeah, just poked that with his head. Right over the goalie.
The Capstad's part, this would be their first win of the season, drawing on opening day against Athenai 1-1. And Fantabens coming through again, long shot.
Good save by Mobek.
Once again tipping it behind.
Near post, but cleared away.
Into added time, and Capstad looking to hold their lead, should be able to do so, although Fantabens losing the ball there. And immediately Capstad winning it back. They're leading with a through ball in a dangerous position, and tucks it behind.
Another counter goal right there. Wins the ball back, and he just dribbled through them and scored. Maybe dribbled through like 3 players there.
You can count.
Just so one.
Right past their guard.
Good goal.
And this is a real
from
Indeed. A real statement here from Capstad. 4 goals to 0 over a team that a lot of people perhaps had as preseason favorites, North Shore United. Both teams trying to win possession of the ball for the last moments. It's Darrow up the middle. Trying to find the ball out to the side there. But the final whistle goes here in Cape Town, and FC Capstad have an emphatic 4-0 victory.
Yeah, I mean, I think the ending sequence there kind of, showed kind of what the game was like. Every time North Shore had the ball, they couldn't really create anything because their passes kept getting picked off, and that was leading to a bunch of counterattacks. The only 2 shots, I'd have to relook, but there was at most late in the game, I saw there was only 2 shots on goal. We saw both of those shots, and both of them were long, pretty ambitious long-range attempts. Nothing really serious.
FC Capstad's game plan to shut down the passing lanes for North Shore United seems to have worked. They've got a victory they can be proud of. Meanwhile, for North Shore, back to the drawing board.
Yeah, really surprising result, to be honest, but yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe North Shore just aren't as strong this season. Or maybe, it's only 2 games in. They could easily turn things around rather quickly.
Indeed, a lot of soccer to be played. Fans and players of North Shore will be eager to see how that goes. In the meantime, though, we have to move on to our next match in the heart of England, Inter London hosting Inter London falling 6-2 against AS Paris last time out.
Yeah, this will be a really, good matchup, I think. I expect to see these teams kind of relatively in the same spot in the table. Maybe a few positions below each other, but I don't see them moving too far out, so this should be a competitive game. And yeah, I'm really excited because there's a lot of new players on these teams, a lot of new faces.
Certainly both teams building heavily through this most recent prospect draft as Ripley Dieter dribbling through to the middle and taking a very close shot, but Satoshi was forced to tip over. With the corner kick, and able to get it out as far as Van Eindhoven. And Kane ruled offside. We did see this draft bring in a lot of new players to the league, and so a lot of minor league teams will be largely composed of those new players. There's still plenty of room for veterans, though, as Ripley Dieter, one of those veterans, winning the ball there, but only for a moment.
Yeah, I mean, this was if I recall correctly, the biggest draft, and then the second biggest draft. Because I don't recall how big Donnarumma. Ooh, good save there, by the way, Donnarumma.
It was a great chance for Panda, who got that header on target, but Neuer, with the strong wrists, able to put that behind.
But yeah, the inaugural draft was pretty big, and I would have to look back, but still, quite a big class. So pretty much every team is full of new faces, but I believe these two in particular have especially Inter London, I think have quite a few.
It's exciting times for both these squads. Perhaps a little less in the way of immediate success, but building for the future. Certainly a laudable aim. Moment though, low cross at the near post. Centauri puts it back for Tyranno Criminal. Cross goes in, and that's headed over by Ruben.
Also notice Vandersloot talking about new faces, but also some returning veterans of the game.
Edwin Vandersloot, the SSL veteran, one of the foremost presences in this league for quite some time, though now on the minor squad for Athenai, still capable of pulling out some magic every once in a while, and we very nearly saw some of it there.
Yeah, beautiful pass setting up their teammate there.
Vinicki just offside there, but it would have been a beautiful through ball over the top. Is it a through ball if you play it over the top?
Yeah, it's like a lob through pass.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess you just always envision a through ball being one of those grass cutters that skims along the ground.
Yeah, I don't know, there's so many different ways you can pass. It's beautiful. Oh, that
And
was a
that's
good
one
try.
of those ways you can pass, is that one very nearly breaking from Davidovich for Kaufman.
I like the scoop pass. Oh, another good chance there. That was an amazing save.
Satoshi called into action there and does concede the corner. Better a corner than a goal, though. Now then Eindhoven. Apologies.
Place it out.
some of these I'm doing my best, but some of these names I do still stumble, so I genuinely apologize just as a blanket thing. Please don't get offended if I mispronounce your player's name. I promise it's not malicious. Oregon to the near post, and that one's headed over. As we near halftime, some decent chances, but nothing really threatening the goal for either side. Still time to change that, but looking like a stalemate as we head into the break.
Yeah, both teams are creating some chances, but haven't been able to finish. Also, some good goaltending though, to be fair, but David Off, oh my gosh, Davidovich, sorry, with a goal there.
Well, as soon as I say that, the through ball, that is, I'm pretty sure, a through ball there. Well, no, never mind. Davidovich just kind of... It's a through ball in the sense that he carried it through, I guess. I don't know. But nevertheless,
Good.
Davidovich... Davidovich with the first goal for Inter London.
It was a beautiful run, let's just say that. It was a beautiful run.
It was indeed. And it comes at a great time for London, just before the break. Athanasia looking to equalize before the half. Lorenzo able to win a corner there.
Up top. Oh, Vandersloot. Oh, but it's another corner. Good block by Corrigan.
Vandersloot has proven many a time that you cannot give him enough space like that.
Yeah, that is. I was like, that's clear. Surely. Yes, it's clear. Not sure. I know it's right.
Indeed, and at the break, it is 1-0 in favor of Inter London after that late strike in the first half.
Yeah, and I mean, kind of what I was thinking. It's a close game, you know. If you look at the XG, it's really close. You look at the shots, it was quite close. But obviously, Inter London being just that bit more clinical with the one goal.
Certainly some strong defensive play from both sides, but London able to break the deadlock just before the half. We'll have to see if they can carry that momentum through to the second half, or if that will lit a fire under Athenai to potentially equalize. Criminal passes in.
Oh, in the
And
box.
Tori.
I didn't even see that one for a bit, but it's behind for a goal kick. Playing from the back. Not a lot of pressure, so kind of quite easy for Inter London right now to just play with it, how they kind of maybe tease them a bit, finding an opening. Looks like they're going to try to go down this right-hand side.
JQ.
Oh, good pass.
Some brilliant link-up play.
Wow, beautiful goal. Holy, that was beautiful. From their own net.
An incredibly worked end-to-end goal by Inter London. Let's look at some of that again. Q here in the middle. And Eindhoven plays it first time to Kane.
That was a beautiful team play goal. There was a goal, I think, in the friendlies by Catalonia that was started from like their own net. And yeah, I love seeing goals like that.
It's a display of passing brilliance, and it's put Inter London up 2-0 for the moment. Although Vandersloot.
That's off. Oh no.
Well, they've let it stand, and it's a really some real cunning there from Vandersloot to get into a perfect amount of space. Spotted the run of Panda, who delivered it past the keeper. did look offside, but the
Yeah,
referee
even in the
smart enough to
replay
not.
that looked offside, but hey, it's a goal. 2-1.
And it's a lifeline for Atheni here.
I thought maybe for a second might be too late, but now Athena are on the counter.
Ruben cuts it back, was looking for Kunicki there, but it was disrupted.
Damn, that's amazing running from Dieter there. I mean, it was his cross that led to the counter being like his cross interceptor being the counter. He ran all the way back to his own end, and there he is there.
Cut in by Davidovic on the cross, and that one headed wide. I believe that was, I'm not sure whether that was Kaufman or Kane, but whoever it was heads it into the side netting. Davidovic will try again. Cross looking for Kane, but Atheni able to head it away. And now, once again on the counterattack, it's Kunicki. Will look to cut it back and does. Santori in a lot of space, and that's the equalizer.
That's the equalizer right there. That was beautiful. Clinical.
An incredible strike from Giacomo Santori, but it's made by this great run and great pass from Kuba Kunicki. Santori in acres of space, just able to take that extra step and power that shot exactly where they wanted it.
Yep, far post. Keeper couldn't reach it. Good goal, and now it's 2-2. Been a really exciting game. Oh, almost got the lead there.
With a scramble at the goal mouth, Atheni escaping unblemished there, but it is a corner to London, delivered by Dieter. Near post, and it's Joao Cabral.
And just like that, Athena are down again.
London eager to reassert their lead, and it's a near post corner.
How many bodies? I can't even see who was trying to head it there if I didn't see the name pop up.
Certainly was a bit of a mess there, but Cabral able to rise above and head it home. And now it's a corner at the other end of the pitch, this time for Athena.
Yeah, another corner, probably gonna hit it out. Yeah, that was in the box, but it's cleared away.
An ambitious attempt from the edge of the box by Panda, first time off the corner. Didn't quite come off, but if it had, it would have been possibly one of the goals of the season already on Matchday 2. Kunicki cuts it back. Was looking for Panda there.
Vandersloff on the ball. Looks like they're gonna try to play it back, going down the right flank. Crosses it in, but it looks like the cross was more of a shot.
It clattered off the post and back into the massive players, ultimately coming to nothing for Athena, though.
You know, I accidentally scored a cross once and then pretended like I shot it.
I think there's a name for that, or maybe I'm thinking of corners, but
Yeah,
I mean,
it's corners.
Yeah. But listen, when the ball goes in, it's always intentional. That's the first rule. You absolutely meant to do that, even if you didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, that's how I play it at all.
It's the only way to play it off, really. Neuer with the punt up the pitch, but Athena heading it down. Looking to make one last run at it. It's Vandersloff. With the shot, and it's
Neuer
just
with the big save. Oh, no, that was bad.
Athena trying to find a route up the pitch to find that last gasp equalizer. Can't seem to find it, though.
And then London will be happy to kill off these last 30 seconds. Just keep being hold of the ball.
Passing along their back line.
This will be a big 3 points for them if they can hold on to this.
Referee looking at their watch and blows for full time.
I mean, it was a really close game. It was an exciting game, to be honest.
Indeed it was, but it's Inter London who emerges victorious. Went 2 goals up, but not immediately, but eventually falling back behind. But then able to pull ahead one last time. Ryan van Eindhoven, the player of the match for London. An impressive performance with 2 assists. Well, for Athenai, a bad day at the office for Eskito Satoshi. Bit of a rough go. But take nothing away from the performance of the rest of the side. Hard fought. One would argue deserved a draw, but not to be on this occasion.
Yeah, and I think, with where we expect Inter London and Athenai to be, those will be crucial 3 points.
Without a doubt. This will be a very important result later in the season. But for right now, we turn our attention to our next match on the docket, which sees Seoul Mythic taking on Krung Thep. Krung Thep victorious in the newcomer derby. Last time out, 3-1 over Rapid Magyar. Meanwhile, Seoul able to get a victory over North Shore United 4-3. Both teams will be looking for... I apologize, that formation threw me off a bit. Both
Yeah,
teams will be
same.
looking for a second win here.
That's a very asymmetric, funky looking 4-2-4 or 4-4-2. I don't know what you want to call it, but yeah, it'll be an interesting game. Really excited. Seoul have a lot of new players. I mean, Seoul in general have changed a lot in the last 3 seasons, so exciting times, I think. Finishing 3rd and 5th in the last 2 seasons, so be interesting to see where they finish this season.
And that corner headed over for Krung Thep. Krung Thep, of course, a bit more of an unknown quantity. Of course, they played fairly well in preseason. And as I say, won their first match against Rapid on Matchday 1. And they've just gone ahead here.
I say it looks like they're controlling this game so far. Strong opening, and quite a strong opening as they score 4 minutes in.
Elliott with a great delivery on that near post corner, and Draz Thiel rising above to put it away. So in the early stages, it's Seoul 0, Krung Thep 1.
Giveaway there, and now Krung Thep on the counter.
Gaetano. Rogers sending it back. Passing through the middle here for Krung Thep. A little of a loose touch, but it doesn't seem to have affected them. And Roger just missing wide. Looked like a bit of a foul in the build-up there. The Krung Thep player going down, but referee waved play on.
Advantage, yeah. Which, I mean, they got a chance out of it, so it makes sense.
Indeed. Min though, with the pass to Ibrahimovic. And it's a goal.
Blackwood on corners.
Blackwood would deliver the near post corner, headed up into the air, and pulled down by Gunleifson. Now Elliott sending another near post corner in, cleared off the line by Brad Lasso.
Crucial clearance there. But, I was going to say Tet coming on the corner, but puts it well wide.
And once again, another corner kick for Krung Thep. Delivered near post again, this time nearly getting past Asprey and goal. Green And Patterson sending it all the way back, trying to decompress a bit. Bit of a miscommunication
Blackwood
here,
though.
though. And Blackwood is free. Through on goal, nobody to beat. Knight, though, able to catch up. That was almost a brilliant counterattack goal from Blackwood. As it is, Sol with the throw, but Untep able to send it clear.
Gonna play it back to the goalkeeper and restart. Kowalski to Bar. Bar's gonna switch, but gives it away.
And Caetano with a great run, and it's off the bar.
Damn, hit the bar all the way to the sideline for a throw-in.
It was a brilliant run up the middle by Caetano, just couldn't quite get the finish right.
Isn't that like the second post that they've hit this game?
I think so.
Very
Knight with a
unlucky
shot.
Knight. Bouncing off a bunch of bodies, but Osprey ends up holding it.
From Tep, absolutely peppering that Sol goalkeeper with shots early on. Sol with a chance now. It's Dejiron. Loses out though to Mamba.
Blackwood though. And it's a corner. Looked like that was blocked by Green.
Dejiron will stand over the corner kick.
Stain collects it.
Caetano with a great tackle.
Blackwood now. Bringing it up. Passes it to... Didn't intercept it.
Long ball over the top. Roger able to get onto it.
Blocked though by Primaris, I believe.
A great block there by Diglett Primaris. And it is a corner kick. And that ultimately ends up behind for a goal kick. We've been seeing a lot of near post corners today. Seems that a lot of these teams have hit upon the same sort of strategy. Seem to think that there's a lot of potential at that near post.
Blackwood running down.
Knight able to send it. It's all going to try again from the back.
Carolina really struggling to create any opportunities, but right now, that was a good play right there. And you know the difference there though is that they tried to go inside instead of just trying to go down there.
Certainly a bit more success through that method. Gibrahimovic with a great shot, but did seem to lean back just a little bit too much. Lindo cuts it back and makes no mistake this time.
See what I mean? They played through the middle and they created an opportunity. Good goal by Gibrahimovic. I believe that's their second of the season.
A great cutback by Kim Kyung-min. And indeed, it is Gibrahimovic's second goal on the season, scoring once in that 4-3 win on Matchday 1 against North Shore United. It's coming at a crucial time here. 1-1 the score now.
Can't believe we're not even 30 minutes in. This is a long first half, actually. Blackwood. Nice play there.
Some very quick passing for Seoul in a threatening position. And it seems to me that Seoul Mythic have woken up here. Blackwood with the corner. Headed clear, though.
I mean, so far, a really exciting half. A lot of chances created by both teams. Seoul on it now. Another corner.
Dejeron will stand over it. Fired near post, but the field getting it out of there. Now here is Lasso. Trying to cut it back to Blackwood, but loses out to Patterson there. Roger. Lasso in pursuit and does succeed in breaking that up. And so it is halftime here in Seoul, where Mythic and Krung Tep are level at 1-1. Krung Tep came out firing on all cylinders with a lot of shots, but Seoul hanging tough, managed to equalize, and look very threatening at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's was really one-sided, and then once Seoul equalized, it's kind of shifted the momentum almost, it feels like, to their direction. A lot of corners, a lot of chances already in the first half. So we'll see if it'll change or it'll kind of be a boring second half, but hopefully it continues to be a lot of opportunities. And it also looks like Red Panda's coming on for Blackwood the fifth. Oh, goal
And
there.
then sending a shot on goal, tipped behind by Gunleifson, and it's another corner for Seoul. Doesn't quite come off, though. Dejeron standing over this free kick. Has a go. And Gunleifson once again chipping it behind.
Cleared away.
Certainly an exciting game to this point. Might have taken a little bit of their foot off the gas, both sides, in the second half, but it is a Krung Tep corner on 62 minutes.
Cleared away as well, but they have it back, playing it up top of the box. Green with a shot, but it looks like it was saved by Osprey.
It fizzed past the post and took a deflection, I think. Mamba sends it to the center of the box, but this time, once again, headed clear. Krung Tep still with a threat, though, at least for the moment. Gaetano sending it back. Mamba forced back by Dejeron. Good pressing there. And that ball intercepted by Panda. And now Seoul on the break. It's Gibrahimovic. Can't quite find support. Does take a shot now and wins the corner.
Yeah, good interception from Red Panda. Quite the speedster. Good opportunity there. See if they can create something from this corner. Panda with it. Yeah, he was off.
Panda ruled offside, and that move will come to nothing. But they've won the ball high up the pitch again. This time they've got numbers forward. And so into the box, cuts it back, and Gibrahimovic from close range.
That's his second. Pretty much the same play. They managed to get the ball down the flank and then just put it across, and he just taps it in. This time he put the other direction, put Falcao.
Putting it as far out of Gunleifson's reach as possible. Not that Gunleifson was going to have a chance at that anyway. But a great strike from Zlatan Gibrahimovic puts Seoul up 2-1. And then, on the run from deep, Baby Bar makes it 3. You've got to see that replay again. That developed really quickly. Lasso up to Desjardins, who switched the play. Baby Barr making that brilliant run unmarked.
Academy teammates there linking up.
And that connection pays dividends for Seoul, up 3-1 on Krumtep.
Yeah, that's also that's Barr's second scoring in the last game as well.
Well, it looked from the beginning as though Krumtep was going to have a field day, but it's turned out very differently.
Yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say. I don't know what was said at halftime, but it looks like it really fired up the team as they've come out much stronger compared to the first half.
Indeed, this second half has been all Seoul mythic, as here comes Walker for Seoul again, making a long run and ultimately putting it over.
Ambitious effort from Walker.
Pressure continues to mount. Here's Desjardins. Gets it back for Walker. In the box, Barr puts it past the keeper again.
Double brace on the night with Barr and Ibrahimovic both getting 2 goals.
And Mythic have come out and taken care of business here today. It was a slow start for them, but once they woke up, there was no stopping them. 4-1 the score now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone was really expecting this. I mean, they did do well against North Shore and stuff, but after seeing them, chance here, after seeing them go 3-1 against Magyar, is that how you say their name?
I believe so. Rapid Magyar.
I guess I expected it to be a little bit closer, and I mean, in the first half, they were the better team. But second half is quite a different tale. A tale of two halves, as they say.
Indeed. And as the final whistle goes here at Seoul Civic Stadium, it is Seoul Mythic who run out with the 3 points. Krungtep got things started with a header from Dres to Thiel, but it was Seoul that took that momentum and never looked back, scoring 4 unanswered to walk away with the victory.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I said, quite a shocking result after watching the first half with you. But I mean, obviously, Seoul will be extremely happy to be 6 points from 2 games, first 2 games.
And certainly not easy matches either. North Shore United on match day 1, and now Krungtep, who also had a win of their own on match day 2, certainly looking to be a there or thereabouts come the end of the season. Meanwhile, Krungtep have a bit of soul searching to do after that loss.
But on to the next one. I'm excited to see Cairo City versus AS Perry. Both because Cairo City is definitely another one of those teams that got a huge influx of new players, and are almost essentially a new squad. And as well, Perry are probably, in my opinion, one of the other favorites. I think maybe if they don't win, I do think they'll be like a top 5, like top of the table team. And you can see they already got 3 points from their first match, so kind of playing as expected so far. Man,
Indeed.
Ron Flex is massive.
Absolutely. Ron Flex, an imposing figure in the center of the pitch for Cairo. And as you say, Paris with an emphatic 6-2 victory over London last time out. As for Cairo City, they'll probably prefer to forget their 6-0 thrashing at the hands of Montreal United. Paris, though, with the ball early on in this one. McFoot cakes. Dwells on the ball. Passing along this Paris back line. Patient build up from Paris, looking for that optimal angle, and over the top they found it. It's Dybala. Narvaez tries the challenge, can't get it. Cairo struggling to clear.
Beautiful save. I mean, as we've already seen, sometimes a patient build-up from your back can lead to a goal. So, even though they didn't score, that was a really good chance creation.
Paris were able to bide their time and found that perfect run over the top. Now they come forward again. Aoi. Now Lizard, but Naj able to get to the ball first. Trying to send it long, Sinclair heads it down. Now Alexis Ramos. Blazing past Aoi. Dueling with McFoot cakes, puts in the cross. Far post, Naj can't quite get the header on target.
Good counter there by Cairo.
Cairo already looking a bit more lively than they did in that Montreal defeat. Although, mind you, Cairo City did take Montreal scoreless to halftime. Second half, though, the floodgates began to open.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe Kyrie's passing will wear them down, especially if they're doing like a high press.
Oh. And that shot from head wins the corner for Paris. Bjanic sends it into the box, and it's headed away. They're going to try again. And that one headed well over. Cairo, of course, notoriously not great last season, finishing rooted to the bottom of the table. We'll be looking for this influx of new draftees to help them out, if not this season, then in the coming seasons. Meanwhile, Paris, as you say, one of the more exciting looking teams in this division, as that one's headed over. I believe that was Habjanic.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't so long ago that Perry were brewed at the bottom of the table, but they have a lot of young players, maybe not rookies. Oh, Lapota here. Lopta, sorry. And Cairo are up 1-0.
That was a great strike from Zizou Lopta, and it was made by a brilliant pass from Sergei Naj. Again, found the
Beautiful.
run of Lopta perfectly, and the veteran drifting to the opposite post and tucking it past the keeper.
You would think McFoot Cakes should have did a little bit better there, but I was gonna say that this Paris team, they're young, maybe not full of rookies. I mean, I think they do have some rookies for sure, but they've had a little bit more time to develop, and we can see same with their major league, their brother team, sister team, whatever you want to call it. Sao Paulo, they've also started to go from the bottom of the table to closer to the top half of the table. So a lot has changed in the last few years. Ooh.
Certainly a lot of good work in the União Sao Paulo AS Paris organization. A lot to be proud of there after a lot of struggle to get there. Rinse for Paris. Now slab head. Blue ball. Trying to find Soerlein, who did take the shot, but Sent it into the stands. Free kick chance for Lopta. And forced the save out of Corrigan. Or Kerrigan, excuse me. Corrigan's on a completely different squad once again. Counterattack though from Habjanic. Dybala trying to cut it back, but Terminus Ultimus there to stop it.
Who else but? Tactical foul there, by the way. Off the counter.
Paris able to break up that counterattack before it could get going. Now a corner kick for Dybala for Paris. Near post, headed in by Slabhead.
Who else but Slabhead? Beautiful goal. Beautiful goal. That's what you expect from a player named Slabhead.
Indeed. When your name is Slabhead, you kind of have to be good at heading. And so, as we near halftime, it's 1-1, and Paris now with a corner kick. Sent away by Hassa. Habjanic still with it. He was forced back for a moment, reconsidering. Lizard gets around Ramos, cutting it back, and Ron Wintz puts Paris ahead just before halftime.
Cairo will be devastated with that. Played so hard, but Barry have not just come back, but gone up. A good run there by Lizard. And,
Great run by
beautiful
Lizard.
placement.
Indeed, a great cut back to Wintz. And just like that, Paris go into the break up 2-1.
Definitely deservedly so. They have been the better team, but Cairo have been playing well enough to stay within it. And definitely have a chance of still being able to come back.
Certainly signs of life from Cairo. But at the moment, they find themselves trailing once again at the half. Certainly for Cairo this season, you'd think would be more about development than contending, but nevertheless, going behind after taking the initial lead has to sting a little bit. We are underway here in the second half. Paris kicking us off.
Just patiently building up from the back.
We've seen this work for them before, getting at least a couple of chances after a bit of a slow build-up. And here they are again, Belmont making a run. Also, though, able to take some of the velocity off of it. Well, if you look there at the player ratings in the bottom right for Paris, a lot of players on that right side with green ratings suggesting they've had some success down that right side, as that free kick nearly resulted in a goal, clattering off the frame of the goal there.
Yeah, unlucky there. Good tackle there by Ron Flex.
Ron Flex imposing both physically and in terms of tackling for Cairo so far. But through ball to Dybala, cutting it back. And Hassa with the last line of defense able to turn it behind.
Yeah, very crucial clearance there, even though it results in a corner. And they clear that corner, so.
And this is going to be a bit of a blow for Paris.
Injury.
Indeed, Angry Lizard will be forced off from injury. The super sub comes on at wingback. Lizard had been one of those players having a fairly good game for Paris. How much of an impact will their loss have as Wintz sending that well over? 20 minutes left to play. Paris seemed to be the more threatening, seemed more likely to get a third than Cairo are to equalize at the moment. Stranger things have happened in the SSL.
Yeah, it looks like Paris is, controlling the game and probably gonna try to, finish it off with another goal.
Sorwine into Ioy.
Oh,
Cut back. Sorwine had a shot and tries again, and this one's over.
yeah, they could be, wasting time and just, trying to end the game, but it looks like they really want another one.
It seems so often the case in the SSL. Teams not content to see out leads and sit back. A lot of teams tend to go for that extra insurance goal, even when they're already up by 2 or 3. Makes it more exciting, but it does lead to some ridiculous scorelines at times. Meanwhile, here is Aoi, who takes the
Oh,
shot at the edge of the box.
and the super sub with the super assist as Paris are up 3-1 now.
And that might be that insurance goal I was just talking about. Paris up 3-1 now. Super sub dribbling into the middle, finding Aoi, who's able to exploit that exact same space. And that is 3 for Paris now, with just over 10 to play. It's looking like another loss for Cairo City. After going up 1-0. And here is Aoi again. Challenge forces it back, and now potential counter here. Lapta. And ultimately putting it out of play. Alexis Ramos has gone down here.
Another injury?
Will be good to play on, but certainly not something you want to see if you're a Cairo fan. Narvaez with the cross into the box. Headed away, but it's as far as Denstro.
Oh, looks like it was blocked by Make Foot Kicks for a corner.
Raj will deliver this corner kick. Sent near post, and Ultimus got up to it, but couldn't quite get it on target.
Another scary presence on this Cairo team. Between him and Ron Flex, it's quite intimidating backline. I think Ron Flex is their defensive mid, but still.
Indeed, Ron Flex, the defensive midfielder. Ultimus, despite winning plaudits in the academy at striker, has settled in at that center back role for Cairo. Belmont, though, over the top from Paris. Habjanic, and that one sneaks in.
I think that's probably game for Cairo. I don't think they'll be able to come back now, which was already, unlikely.
Well, that one was shot right at Kanders, but Kanders spilling it, and it deflects in. An unfortunate turn of events. But Paris not complaining in the slightest. 4-1, your score now.
Oh, good attempt there by Nash. Good idea, but unfortunately was unable to pull it off.
Corner in, and Slabhead heads it over. Well, Paris with another strong win here today. Perhaps not quite as dominant as their win against Inter London, but nevertheless, an impressive performance from Paris.
Yeah.
For Cairo City, signs of life, but once again falling to defeat here.
Yeah, no, they were able to hold Cairo pretty well. I mean, they went down early in the game, 16 minutes in, but they were able to turn things around pretty quickly and maintain that momentum for the rest of the game.
A strong performance, a resolute performance even, for AS Paris. Player of the match, Ashito Aoi, with a goal contributing to the effort. Goals also from Wince, Head, and Habjanic. Meanwhile, for Cairo City, Lapta, the only source of consolation.
This next match might be a battle of potentially the contending team versus maybe the team that might struggle this first season in the league.
It is indeed a rhomboid derby, both teams with diamonds in their logo. But it is Rapid Magyar SC taking on the defending champions, Montreal United.
Montreal will certainly be expecting the 3 points here tonight, and they're going to need to if they want to maintain, um, the title race.
Rapid will host their first match of the season. We're away to Krung Thep last time out, losing 3-1. Of course, Montreal United coming out of the gate very strong with a 6-0 win over Cairo. Magyar will be going left to right in the purple and black. Gotta say, I'm a fan of the color scheme. Not enough teams wear purple, in my opinion. But it's a through ball to Sinclair and very nearly an instant goal for Montreal.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I was a kid, I loved Florentino.
They're still one of my favorites, honestly.
Yeah, their jerseys are beautiful. I think that was outside the box or not.
The
No,
referee
apparently
seems to
not.
disagree. And it's Xavier to take the penalty. And does put it away.
And just 2 minutes in, Montreal are up 1-0.
Well, the penalty call looked like a bit of a judgment call, but as for the penalty itself, Xavier making no mistake, absolutely drills that one. Buda, from the edge of the box, forces a save out of William Williams.
Very good attempt there.
Near post corner, headed over the bar. So Montreal out to a strong start once again. Oh, God. And that's Maggie Sinclair to make it 2. But it's offside. Well, Dobrich thought they'd found the pass, but Sinclair just a bit too advanced, and so it remains 1-0.
I have a feeling that's not the last we'll see of Maggie Sinclair tonight.
Another corner. This time it's Skavgard. And Sinclair, as soon as you say that...
They spoke it into existence. I've seen Sinclair play, and I mean, she's a talented striker. Maybe a Golden Boot candidate, potentially, you never know.
Well, that strike will certainly help her on her way. That is 2-0 to Montreal United after that great goal. And here comes Alexander Skavgard. Power. Out to Dobrich. Move stymied for the moment, but Montreal finding another path forward. Here's Clark.
Beautiful run. Beautiful run by Clark. Unfortunately, maybe not the best finish, but they were pretty in a pretty tight space with a lot of defenders and created a lot of space. Maybe should have passed it instead of shooting there, but great run up. Great run.
Great control. And that's a
Ooh,
fantastic free kick from Alexander Stavgard.
beautiful.
The free kicks are always impressive when they're scored, but that one, I would argue especially so, curling around the wall of defenders and then tucking near post into the top corner. Picture perfect on the free kick.
Picture perfect indeed.
And so at the half, Montreal with a commanding 3-0 lead. Rapid not yet getting going so far. It has been all Montreal. "45 minutes remain. Certainly time for Rapid to come back into this one, but right now, Montreal firing on all cylinders. This makes it 9 goals so far this season that they have scored unanswered between last match and this one.
Yeah, I mean they are favorites to win the league, I think, for a reason, and they're a scary team. They have a lot of talent, and yeah, I mean I don't really expect there to be a comeback, but you never know.
As I say, stranger things have happened in the SSL, but for the moment, Montreal dominant. Now here comes Albinson. Rapid looking to counterattack. Deep cross. Found the head of Justinison, but headed wide. It might be the first real threatening chance Rapid have had all match.
I'm sorry, is that Lynn on the field? Is that?
Oh
Oh my
yes,
God!
that is indeed Henrik Lind, the last remaining player from Season 1 in the SSL. He's announced his retirement at the end of the season, so Rapid will be looking to give him a send-off to remember. A longtime Buenos Aires and Athenai player. It's a through ball from
Oh,
Heather Bull.
oh, beautiful, beautiful goal.
And it's going to be ruled as an own goal from Damien DeSoto. I'm not sure about that, but we'll have to see the replay.
Yeah, I must have saw that wrong.
And
I
it looks
mean,
like DeSoto did just barely get a touch on that to tuck it beyond Von Bismarck. Unfortunate for DeSoto, but a great strike from Heather Bull, and that makes it 4-0.
yeah, I honestly thought it was like a nutmeg goal or something.
It's not how I would have scored it, but that is how it will go down. And that will be a header wide on the corner kick. Robinson winning the ball, but only for a moment. Here is Alexander Skavgard winning the corner. Bull sending it far post, but headed clear. Zarek King.
Good
A great
tackle
challenge.
there.
Great challenge by Stig Stampy. Or perhaps Stamp. Had to get that absolutely perfect on a yellow card in the box.
Yeah, definitely brave challenge to say the least.
Potential county here for Rapid and
Looks like
Garrettson.
Rapid have Alvinson. Looks like he's carrying a bit of a knock.
Indeed, did create that chance earlier on for Justindison. We'll have to see how that injury affects them. Montreal coming forward again. Meanwhile, Sinclair gets another one.
That's their second of the game. And that's 11 goals unanswered. 5 in this game, but I mean, like for the season between both games for I almost called them Black Force, for Montreal United now.
Montreal looking absolutely dominant almost certainly favorites for another league title. And there you see, well onside, Lind did everything he could, but couldn't stop that ball from going in. And so it is Rapid nil, Montreal 5.
Yeah, Lynn's age certainly showing there. Bit of an audacious attempt, but I mean they're up 5-0, so
Certainly
don't think
can't blame a man
the
for trying.
yeah, I don't think the manager mind too much.
Stampy with a potentially dangerous cross, but didn't quite have the support for it. A good run to get into that position, but now Montreal countering. Bull gets past DeSoto, cuts it back, and
Oh.
that shotgun power only finds Lind. Skovgaard crosses in, far post, but Rapid now picking it up. Albinson might have been hampered by that knock taken earlier.
Yeah, it looks like instead of trying to run past his marker, he rather just try to pass it off.
Scott cutting it back. Here's Stampy. It's probably Stamp. I apologize. As I said earlier, I promise it's not. I promise it's unintentional if I'm pronouncing the names incorrectly. That
Yeah,
said,
it's hard to know when you don't know off the top of your head their nationality. But yeah, it could be it could be Stamp or Stamp. I don't know.
a name that I do know the
F.A.
pronunciation of, Jim Mathias, wins the corner for Rapid.
Ooh.
It was a well-delivered corner from Van Gerritsen, but ultimately the finish not quite of the required standard. Van Gerritsen plays it back to Von Bismarck. Time ticking down, Montreal with the lead well in hand, but seem to be coming forward once again. Cross comes in, headed clear.
Looks like they want another 6 goals. Oh, and Clark
they
makes it 6. Speaking this into existence.
I didn't realize I was co-commenting with Tony Romo today. Clark
Look at that
getting
though, beautiful. Far post. Everyone's scoring, even the defenders.
Clark did well to drift past Van Gerritsen there. And it is Montreal 6, Rapid 0 in the closing stages. Low cross, and a shot on goal nearly made it 7.
It's like that missed everything.
Rapid trying to find at least a consolation at this late stage, but that pass broken up. Ball forward again, cutting inside.
On this match, making sure that stays 6-0.
Long throw finds Justinian, cross at the end line. It would have been a very clever move, unfortunately didn't have the numbers in the middle. And that is full time. Another dominant performance from Montreal United.
Yeah, I mean it was definitely a bit one-sided, but I think that was kind of expected going into this. Montreal do look like they're gonna have a pretty dominant season yet again in the minor leagues, but I mean it is still early on, but definitely pretty scary results early on for every other team in the league.
Certainly tougher tests ahead for the defending champions. But as far as optics go, 2 consecutive 6-0 victories certainly certainly intimidating. And that
And
will
with
do it for match day 2. Before we go, just a quick look at the scores from today. There you see 3 teams at 6 points, 2 wins from 2. What stood out to you the most, Omni?
well, I think the biggest surprise was Capstad beating North Shore 4-0. I mean, North Shore have 0 points with -5 goal difference. Although, to be fair, 4 of the 5 goals came like this match day. So yeah, to me that was the biggest surprise because I think we all expected a bit more from North Shore this season.
I'd say I was most impressed with Seoul's performance. They went down very early to Krung Tep, but were able to not just come back, but absolutely seize control of the match, making it making no question of who the better team was. A strong performance from Seoul. I'd expect them to really make some noise this season.
Yeah, that's definitely the hope, especially for Seoul. I mean, there was a time where they were also bottom of the league, and um, now they're kind of mid-table, trying to become one of the top teams in the minors. So, I think there's a lot of enthusiasm. It's a big squad, so there's lots of rotation. So it's exciting for everyone. Um, and I think when the team sees this result, they'll be ecstatic.
Well, certainly a lot of soccer left to be played this season, but already 2 very exciting match days and some very intriguing results all around. We hope you'll join us the rest of the way, but thank you for being here for today's set of matches. And thank you once again for co-comming with me, Omni.
Thank you for having me, and thank you everyone for joining us on the SSL Minor League Match Day 2.
Indeed, thank you so much for joining us. We hope we'll see you again. Until next time, this has been Metafiction. Take care.